Welcome once again to 2025 CPT practice questions for literature by your host with the most, Auntie Lara. And of course, we are going to continue our practice questions in literature. I believe that by now you have read all the poems, recommended poems, you have read all the recommended texts. That is the only way you can ace this examination effortlessly. Jewel of Ilujile in the Lion and Jewel is Dash, Sidi, Sadiko, Ailatu, and Baroka. And our answer is Sidi. The diction used in Government Rider on his retirement is Dash, simple, complex, difficult, vague. And our answer is simple. And the reason it is simple is because it's the poet wants to cut across a large number of people. Okay, so he didn't try to use a vague or a complex language that would not be easily processed by people. Okay, in the poem Reader of the Treasure Trove, the philosophical discourse of the poem is set with its use of dash in stanza 1. Hyperbole, simile, bathos, rhetorical question. And our answer is rhetorical question. Okay, what distinguishes Nitaki from every other Ghanaian in Unexpected Joy at Dawn? His face, his tribal mark, his skin, his accent. And our answer is his tribal marks. The play Look Back in Anger is written by John Osborne, Jimmy Osborne, Gio Osborne, and John Osborne. And our answer is D. Which of these characters is at the center of the impact of xenophobic attack in the novel? Masa, Nitaki, Iron Suru, Mama. And our answer is Nitaki. A tragic character is a person whose experiences arouse pity and sympathy, terror, frustration, horror, and our answer is terror. Okay, this question is based on Black Woman by Leopold Sedar Senghor. Okay, Leopold Sedar Senghor was a citizen of Dash before his death. Mali, Zimbabwe, Senegal, Ghana, and our answer is Senegal. He was a Senegalese. The process of creating characters and endowing them with certain attitude is characterization, dramatis personae, character, and action. And our answer is characterization. Okay, that's when you give certain attributes to actors. Okay, for those of you that have watched Everybody Loves Jennifer, you realize that Bisola Ayola, the woman that there was a particular woman that was given a certain way to talk, that she was asked to, that she was talking in a certain way and was walking, limping, not even walking, limping. Okay, normally that is not who she is. Okay, but for that role, she needed to play that. She was given that to play. Okay, to project her past experience in the hands of her husband. All right. So when you now endow them with certain attitude, certain oh talk, this is the way you should talk, oh no, this is the way you should walk in this movie, or that is characterization. In Look Back in Anger, the following are dramatic devices used in the play except soliloquy, prologue, dialogue, foreshadow, and the answer is prologue. Every other thing was used. In The Lion and the Jewel, Sidi insisted on the payment of her bride price because it indicates that she has a wealthy family, is of marriageable age, is free from her family, is a virgin, and the answer is D. The poem Good Moral is a or an sonnet, psychological poem, metaphysical poem, philosophical poem, and the answer is metaphysical poem. A poem that talks about love is basically a metaphysical poem. Like the feeling is beyond natural, okay, it's beyond the ordinary, okay. So we talk about metaphysics. So we talk about when it talks about love, we talk about God, okay. Those are metaphysical poems. And some of you have the opinion that romantic poems deals with love. No, romantic poems deals with nature. I don't know how they came about the romantic whatever around it, but as far as poetry is concerned, romantic poetry or romantic poems deals with nature. When a poet talks about trees, leaves, streams, mountains, everything, birds, things that has to do with nature. Poems that talk about nature are referred to as romantic poems, while poems that talks about love, that talks about God, is considered as metaphysical poems. But creatures that hang themselves up like an old rag to sleep and disgustingly upside down. The theme of the excerpt is the poet's appalling remark about the bird, the poet's right to individual choice, the poet's admiration of the beauty of nature, all of the above. And the answer is the poet's appalling remarks about the bird. Okay, I'm sure that you've read Bats and realized that at the beginning of the poem, the persona is just enjoying himself around, talking about the seas, the mountains, the bridges, and all of a sudden he looks up and he sees, and he was still thinking that, oh, these are swallows, okay, a species of birds, swallows. And as a matter of fact, the analysis of that is on my channel if you're yet to read this poem, so go and watch. In the line on Jewel, which character may be an allegory of Nigeria itself? Surgical CD Baruka Lakunle, and our answer is Baruka. Our answer is Baruka. Okay, you know that Baruka posits that it's not that he does not want modernity, but it should not be at the expense of tradition. You don't now bring another way of life and now let it erode, let it dispel, let it overshadow. I'm trying to look for the English, and and now let it clean up the old one. No, it should work side by side. There should be a synergy, okay? And that's why it talked about the his invention of the stamping machine. Okay, so unlike Lakme that wants tradition to be replaced with modernity, it's just Baruka is of the opinion that, see, if all of these things, if you introduce all of these things, and that's one of the reasons why he stopped the railway workers. Okay, if you introduce all of these things, and with time, the generation coming will not even know or will not have anything to hold on to, that this was our way of life before. Based on Song of the Women of My Land, when servitude cuffed the ankles of their soul, the poetic device here is personification. When servitude cuffed the ankles of their souls. Now, soul, your soul, you cannot even see it. You can't see your soul. So now imagine your soul now, something you cannot see, having an ankle, and then we see servitude cuffing it. Okay, so we have there's a clear use of personification here, whereby the soul has been given human attributes. Here is where we draw the curtain for today's lesson. See you next class. Bye.